Hi, it's Jenny from the Cross Stitch Emporium. Welcome to the channel. This is a channel about my journey on building a cross stitch shop, store. I'm not sure how you want to call it, but I'm super excited to share this journey with you. Lots of things going on in the shop. So I've made a big list over here. So if I look down, try not to smack the table. If I look down, bear with me because I didn't want to miss some things. I've got all my stitching over here, stitching of things that are going on in the shop. And I have a few updates on things. I've been gone for like almost a month. I didn't realize that. Not quite, but almost. So, and I have this shirt on that I really wish had a button right here because I'm a little conservative and this is a little risque for me. So I don't think you can tell, but there we go. All right. It's a footnote. All right. If you have just found us, we are located in Sheridan, Wyoming. It's been a journey. My sister and I have a FlosssTube together. We're the Bougie Stitchers. And if you are interested in that journey, when we picked up cross stitching, how we got here, I wish you'd just pop over there and maybe go to the beginning and catch a couple. It'll catch you up really quick. Nancy and I share a lot. All right. So that's where we are with that one. So I appreciate that if you would follow our journey over there. But know that this is all store related. My personal stitching is over on that channel. This one is all about things about the shop. So, all right. I hope we get together this weekend and stitch. I don't know. We'll see. Busy weekend. All right. We have the shop. The shop comes in 3 flavors. And one of those flavors is super busy right now. The other one is about to be. All right. We are online. I chose to build the shop online first because I started from scratch. I did not have an inventory. I did not buy somebody's inventory. I just went to market and started buying. And I'm learning a lot about buying and what that means and how to think about that. And I've gone to a couple classes at market that talked about shop owners and how to do that right. There was just it was a learning curve, and I was really nervous. I think I've said that about jumping into this journey because I was afraid the future me would be mad at the past me. And I've learned to give myself that grace that I made the best decision at the time, what I knew. And like anything, as you grow, you change and you learn. And that's exciting. And I'm okay to make some changes. That's perfect. All that is invisible to you. It's just like how I think about ordering things and how I think about restocking and, and I read this book called Profit First. I would tell you the author of the book, but it's on my phone and I'm recording on my phone. So, but Profit First is a book that kind of gives you some step-by-steps on as an entrepreneur, how to make things, how to save money, how to ensure that your business stays viable. And I thought it was some of those things Steve and I are going to implement because I thought it was a good thing. So, but we started online where we've made small changes to online. We're trying to kind of keep things as they are, status quo, invisible to you, but we know that we've made the changes on our end. But it's all back shop stuff, so don't fret. All right, shop in a box. I've had this shop from coast to coast, not really, because I live in Wyoming. I've been to Nebraska. We talked about that, I think, the last video. From Nebraska, I went down to a local retreat here called Crazy Woman. And if those of you, I know there's quite a few people who know Misty, but she was gracious enough 4 years ago to do a retreat for Wyoming. I say Wyoming stitchers, but there were stitchers from all over, and that was fabulous. But, for those of us, because there is quite a large cross stitch community here in the state, we had an opportunity to be local, and that's nice. So I had a fabulous weekend with those stitchers. That was a Thursday, Friday event for me because we were getting on a plane Saturday. So I had to come home Friday night, flip the store. And when I say flip the store, I mean, like, floss was on rings. I had two large suitcases. I think it was a total of, it was was about 85 pounds, 84 pounds we took of cross stitch stuff, like not personal stuff, like none of our stuff was in there. It was just cross stitch stuff. And we took 85 pounds of cross stitch stuff to Florida at Stitch Florida. My friend Alicia, the fancy full flamingo, that was her retreat. And it was amazing. Oh my gosh. So I had Rhode Island Deb, who, if those of you who've been on the channel have seen her pin cushions, more are coming, but she's had a ton of retreats too to work on. So when she gets her breath, she'll send more things for the store so I can stock. So I had Rhode Island Deb next to me. I had the Proper Stitcher Annie, my good friend, on this side of me. And then I had Chrissy, finally a farm girl, on this side of me. And then I had new to me shops, probably not new to you, were there too. Black Cauldron, she dyes the fabric. Tinka, oh gosh, what is her shop name? So she has since taken down her storefront, but she actually her storefront's in a museum district. And so because she does reproductions, but her shop is now online. So gosh, I wrote it down and I can't find that piece of paper. But anyways, I had a great time meeting her. And then the bag maker. Everybody knows her. I can see her face. I've got a bag over here. I'll show you. Don't worry. So there's that. Anyways, we were in a room, not by ourselves, but the shopping area was not in the venue. So it was across the way. Like, we were at an Embassy Suites, so there's the atrium they have there. We were on one side of the atrium with the shops. Shopping was like 4 hours a day. But I mean, what do they say? Build it and they will come. I mean, Rhode Island Deb, my friend Deb, was like sold out of almost everything on the first 2 hours. It was amazing. And then she just sat and kept us company. She had a couple things left, but not many. And then Annie, I think she had a really good day. Chrissy had a really good, they were changing their patterns out, but it was just amazing to be among your community. And speaking of community, it hurts my heart when I know there are mean girls in the community. Like, seriously, mean girls. And I hope I never have to cross paths with them. I don't know all the details and I don't know everything. I know one of my friends has been hurt by them, and that makes me mad. I'll just say that. Like, it just makes me mad. I don't think these friends would ever say anything publicly, and that gives me grace that they take the higher ground, and I'm not going to use names or say anything because I don't think that's necessary. But I think it's important to know there's, as my friend Annie has a pattern that says, there's room at the table for everybody. Kindness matters. My friend Shelly, the antique needleworker, has a kindness chart. Like it matters. This community is too small for people to be exclusive. Maybe? I don't know. Anyways, that's drama. I just know that, I don't even know why I shared that, but my heart hurts when people are mean. That's all. You don't have to be mean. You can be nice. We're all stitchers. We all want the same things, to hang beautiful X's on our walls. Right? Great. All right. So, and then lastly, the third component to our shop is a shop in a box. And let me tell you how exciting that is. On September 10th, my 31st wedding anniversary, we signed for the construction loan. I know, right? I was like, my husband had some morbid thing about, well, on the 10th of September, I just sign everything away, my life. I was like, that's rude. But I know he was joking. We're going to take on another second mortgage. There's just so much going on, and I'm so excited. But we spent, not yesterday, day before, Tuesday. Tuesday? Yeah, today's Thursday. Tuesday, cleaning out the pole barn. I have a video of that at the end. The pole barn is spotless. Mine, it's just a shell right now, but the video shows us in the progress because I went out when it was cool in the morning and I just started pushing everything out and putting it in piles. I figured once it was sorted, it would be easy to put into the trailer. And I know Steve needed some things out for hunting because he does that. Him and Joe, our neighbor, go up here in about 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know, middle of October. Middle of October hunting season starts. So they'll head up then, and he'll be gone for about a week, give or take. So, but in the meantime, our pole barn had to be cleaned out because Steve leaves on Sunday for business. I have one more shop in a box retreat to go to up in Kalispell, Montana, which is like almost the Canadian border. Not really, but pretty close, closer than I am. But it's like 9 hours from here. And in the same time zone. So we're not gaining or losing anything like we did in Nebraska. But so that retreat is going on, the Northwest Stitchers retreat. And I've been part of that Facebook group for a while. And this is the first time that it's aligned that I can go to one of their retreats. And I'm super excited about that. I've also got retreats lined up for next year already. And I was so excited. I just love when somebody who's putting on a retreat calls and says, will you come? Like, it just feels good to be wanted. And there is plenty of room at the table for more than one LNS to be there, more than one bag maker, more than one pin cush maker, more than one designer. There's plenty of room for everybody to be there. But for this one, it's a small one, and she asked me, and so I was super excited. And I think if you're going to have a retreat of 100 women or so, especially in our area, there's not a lot of LNSs. Like, bring it. Bring the fabric, bring the needles, bring the scissors, just bring it, because people are going to want it. People are going to want to buy things. So super excited about that. All right. Construction starts if not next Wednesday, the Monday after. So the company has 2 builds, and they're going to be cousins. They're not quite the same builds, but they're along the same thing. Ours, and then I think one's a few miles west of us, maybe south. I don't know. It can only be one of 2 ways, and I don't know which way it is. But anyways, Jesse, our general contractor, has asked if we would mind, and we're like, no. At this point, the snow is going to fly soon, so I don't expect people doing long pilgrimages from places, but we will be open for next year. Meaning I think the build will be done sometime in November, late November, beginning of December, and I'm not going to try to open a store in December, so it'll be next year before we so early 2026, the store will be open, which again, I wanted it to be sooner, but I think I've learned patience and grace in knowing that I can't have everything at once. And that's okay. It wasn't okay for a minute. We had some mountains and molehill moments of emotions, but my husband has been very supportive through all of this, and we are back on track, and I'm excited. I am using local artisans to build some of the woodwork in my shop for displays and counters and things like that, and I'm super excited because I focused on Emporium as a way to bring styles together. Maybe that's it. Like, when I think of Emporium, I think of old, I think of some new, I think of treasures, I think of, I don't know, like, I just think of it all together in one. And I think when you think about shops, and this is where I guess I was going with it. When you think about shops, some of us are just process stitchers. We just stitch to stitch. Some of us are seasonal stitchers. We like to be in the season. We like to stitch Santa. We like to stitch a nativity scene. We like to stitch pumpkins. We like to stitch, dogwood, trees, flowers, birds in the spring. And some of us are sampler stitchers. And I know and some of you guys stitch those big fancy ladies. I'm trying to stitch one right now, and it's killing me slowly. But we all have a season. And so I want my shop, because there's not a lot of shops around me. Utah has a ton. I feel like there's a few in Nevada. I feel like there's 2 in Colorado that I know of. There's one in South Dakota, but it's East River, meaning it's almost to the Minnesota border. Like, you might as well just go to Welcome Stitchery in Minnesota, Blue Earth. My friend Justine, she has a fabulous shop. And when I travel, I go to shops. I don't walk in and say, I'm a shop owner too. I just walk in and just shop away, like, because that's important to me. And I buy a lot of things online still, guys. Like, just because I own a shop doesn't mean I have everything. And we're not going to carry everything. But that's important. So, but if I can help a local stitcher, if I can help somebody who wants something specific, I'm happy to order it. And I've been able to do that. But to say that, I want my shop to just be filled with things that make people happy. So that's what we're working on. Marketplace was amazing. All right. Oh, my piece of advice for the day. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. By Oscar Wilde. That is so true. Not to say that if somebody comes into your life or you watch somebody that you might not take on some things about them or you might not be influenced by them, because you will be. We are social creatures. That's what happens. That's what learning is about. And so, but we learned very quickly in the Air Force as leaders that we cannot take on someone else's personality and sustain it. So you have to be yourself. But you might be influenced by that leader and be able to practice some of the things they do to become a better leader. And so that's where I'm just careful to say, you don't copy somebody, but maybe you are influenced by them, and maybe some of that influence will show up in your videos, in your stitching, in the way you think about things. For instance, my friend Garden Goose, she stands when she does her FlosssTube. Well, Nancy and I sit. And the reason we sit is because my sister, whose attention span, because of her MS, is that of a gnat, I've got to keep her contained. And I say not contained, but if we were standing, she would walk away and do something, and then she'd come back and walk away and do something, because that's in her nature because of her MS. But when I'm in here filming at this one, I'm more comfortable standing. And my friend Goose, Garden Goose, Teresa, she's the one that made me think, maybe I should try standing. Maybe that would make me more comfortable. And it does. So, I was influenced by Goose to stand. And I like it. It fits me better in this situation. So, I guess to say all that, that's why be yourself. Everyone else is taken, but know that you're influenced by others. And some people have brilliant ideas. So, they don't necessarily hoard them. They share them, making them nice people. All right, where are we at? Inventory. Guys, there's so much that I bought at Market because it was so fun and so Market in Nashville is amazing and great and fun. Market in August is online. So you get to look at pretty pictures, and none of them disappointed. So I looked at pretty pictures, I looked at patterns, I looked at new designers. Oh my gosh. So I bought lots of new designers, and I bought lots of older designers, like designers that I already carry in the shop. But none of them disappointed. I just recommend you get a cup of tea. Just get a cup of tea and go peruse. If you are in the mood to I look at patterns, I save patterns, like ideas, I write them down, and I don't always buy them all. But some of them are going to tug at your little heartstrings, their little stitchy fingers, and be like, I gotta have that. I have lots of that to share over here on things that said to me, I must, I will, I'm going to. Okay, so let's just get started. Let's talk about my 2 sales that I have going. 2 things. If you have asked to join the sales, the celebrations and strength and dignity sales, you have to answer the questions. Here's why. The other day, there was some guy who said he was a general officer in the United States. He was very interested in joining our sal. First of all, he was a general officer that looked 25. For those of you that know, there's no way a general officer is 25 years old in the service. Pick a different picture, friend. But I did not accept him because he didn't answer any of the questions, but then it caused me to go and look. There's a couple people from Bulgaria who are interested in joining the celebrations Stitch Along. Didn't answer any of the questions. I'm not saying no, because maybe there is an expat that lives in Bulgaria. I'm just not sure. Because they didn't answer the questions. And the questions aren't hard. If you're a stitcher, you'll know the answer to the questions. So I just said, oh, that was my toe, sorry. I just said no. Come back, answer the questions, show me that you're a stitcher, and move forward. So please answer the questions. I have got celebrations on the back burner because of all the things. But I have a plan for it, and I don't know that I'll have it done by December, but I hope to have it done February, March, April timeframe. It'll happen. So, because I want it ready for the shop, to be in the shop. If you are somebody who was waiting for PH03, I still have not gotten it. I have all of your names over there. If you are interested in getting money back for those, I understand, but I will be getting them when Rainbow Gallery has them in stock and they start shipping again to wholesalers. I will get them and mail them to you. So please don't think that I'm running away with those. There's a few of you who wanted the floss packs, but that was the color I was short. And so I'm ordered. It's ordered. I'm just on a wait list like every shop in America, it feels like, for those colors. So logistics, I get it. It's not insulin. It's not a statin. It's not all the things that keep you alive. So I'm trying to be patient with that. But I just hate owing people things. Like, if you owe me, I don't care. But I don't want to owe you. Like that's where I'm at. So I'm drinking ginger tea. I love ginger tea. That and the weather's changing here. It's like we've already had a 31-degree morning. And so, that's what it is. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. I love fall. I'm ready for fall. But like it's freezing in the morning. And by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 90 degrees. It's just what it'll be for the next couple of weeks. It's fine. All right, let's talk about stitching. Let's talk about, it's all stacked up over here. Let me pause the video, scoot the table over so you don't have to look at the back of my head, and we'll start again. We're back. I hope you never missed me. All right, so I grabbed my planner because the planners are coming. I didn't order a ton, guys. I had one lady reach out and ask for one specifically, so hers is already kept. I'm going to take one for myself. And these are available. I did order them in both ways. I ordered them with the dates filled in. And then I ordered them that the dates are not filled in. Some people do not start the year in January. School teachers specifically are the ones that come to mind. But maybe you like a calendar that runs, September to whenever. Or maybe you like a calendar that runs January through December. I mean, I don't know. I ordered them both ways. So it doesn't matter. They both cost the same. So whatever one you prefer, if you want them. They'll be on the website. They're supposed to ship in mid-October. These are fabulous gifts for your stitchy friends. Even if you're a quilter. This says, planner for the cross stitcher's soul, but I use it for quilting too. So, but let's start with Celebration Cell. I think I showed this to you. Maybe I didn't. But this is I didn't take it out of the cover, sorry. But this is Annie's there we go. I think you're going to see this. Strength and Dignity. I am one of those people who makes a a copy of my pattern because I'm old school. I like to mark off when I have to. I usually don't, but I just fold it up, make it small, and I get it, but if I want to, you know, orient myself on where I am in the pattern or where that color might be somewhere else in the pattern, I'm just not, I want to be an iPad stitcher. I am not. But Strength and Dignity, she is done. I used a, oh, that was weird, the lighting just did something weird. I think it's outside. I don't know. Sorry. Hang on. All right. We just had a huge lighting issue. I don't know what happened. We'll start again. Okay. So Strength and Dignity by Annie the Proper Stitcher. This is one of the stitch alongs we have going on Facebook. Welcome to join. There are lots of people still working on it. I don't know that I'm going to take the Sal down for a bit. Maybe I'll keep it up for the rest of the year, and then I'll take that one down and we'll start another one. I know Annie has got some future plans for some of this stuff, so super excited about that. But I used a mix of called for DMCs and weeks. If I didn't have the weeks, I just pulled what she asked to be the DMC equivalent. These are floss drops made by my mom. I love quirky. I just do. So mom always makes the best floss drops. I stitched it on into the veil, 28 count Lugana. That was back in the day when I was feeling very brave about not stitching on 14 count. So I have been in the Stitch Me Club, I think, since the first year I was stitching. I have since graduated. I went 28 count Lugana, 32 count linen, 36 linen. And I love my 36 linen. That's my happy spot. So, but here she is. I hope to finish her today. Maybe have a finishing day this afternoon. I've got something else on my personal list that I want to get finished. But she would be fabulous, wouldn't she? She's too big for a pillow. Oh, we should measure her. Doesn't everybody just keep a measuring tape in their drawer? Nope, just me. I have one in my purse. I have one in the car. These things are fabulous, guys. All right, let's see. How big is she? She is a happy 8. Ooh, 8 would be tight, though. By, 8 by 6. What size of frame would I use? I guess I could use an 8 by 10. Yeah, maybe I'll grab an 8 by 10 frame at the store today. I gotta go to the store anyways. Maybe I should look and see if I have an 8 by 10 frame. I might. I don't know, 8 by 10. There we go. So I'm gonna put her on. Go frame her. Again, she's fabulous. Oops. I don't know where that, I'm gonna put that over my garbage. I did not make it. Here, let me put that in the garbage right here. Because it's all the way over there. My family says I have T-Rex arms. They're not lying, but I will never admit it to them. Anyways, there she is. One more look. Hey, 8 by 10 frame. I think I'm going to try it. What I'll do is I will go sample what 8 by 10 frames I have in stockpile, and then I'll think about it from there. All right, Strength and Dignity. She's fabulous. All right, I don't know where to put this. I'm going to get big stacks going. I'll put it over here. All right. What's next? Where's my notes? All right. Celebrations. I'm not going to pull her out. I didn't get any work done on her. But that is a chart by Rosewood Manor in celebration of America's 250th birthday, which is next summer. So I have a minute to stitch on her, but we do have a Facebook group going for that one too, for a stitch along. All right. I am working on, this was my year before I even thought about doing a floss or doing a shop or anything, to work on Annie's U series. They are precious little girls, and there's one boy. Her market release this year had a birthday U. I think it's Wish You. But she has a boy and a girl version because some of us are boy moms, but we do have nieces. All right. So I've got two U's that I have ready to go. I think I've showed you my start on Boo U. So if you ever have the opportunity, Annie puts them all up in one little collection, right? Because she's a designer and she's showing you all the U's. And they're amazing. And she has them all stitched on the same fabric. I am not. I went into my stash. I pulled whatever colors I had, either the called for or the DMC equivalent, because Annie in all of her charts gives you the DMC equivalent. So if you're not an over-dye stitcher, and I did not have a couple of them, and so I just substituted. I'm not afraid to substitute. I know some people are, and that's okay. Like, if you're not a substituter, that's all right. I am not afraid to substitute. I have that DMC book, and if it tells me I need color 3777 or whatever, and I don't have 3777, I might have an overdye that's close to it, or I might have I don't know. I will show you in a minute though. Anyways, I picked the colors. They made me happy. I picked, I think it's a 32 count out of my stash. I think it's this way. I think it's this way. I think those are the pumpkins on the... I've not got a whole bunch down on that. It's just what I had. I started it one day. Her U's take me a couple of days. So I just need to lock in and get this one done since October's in a couple days. And I will. I'll probably work on it next week. Steve's not home. What else have I got to do? My husband's not home, but quilt and stitch. So I'll get that one done. Then when I'm done with that one, I have Thankful You. I think that's what it's called. Don't make me lie to you. I'll just pull it out of here. Yeah, Thankful for You. Oh, I see. I had it wrong. Thankful for You. Again, she stitches it on a... Hang on, it's right here. Oh, Pistachio Frappe by Grace Notes. I do not have that fabric in the store yet, but I do have quite a few Grace Notes. Though my fabric is a little short right now because of the retreats. And it takes like 4 weeks to get it in. 4 to 6 weeks. So I picked it's a Bestitch Me. It's a mystery because I did not write it down and I lost the tag. But it's one of my 28 count Luganas that were just in the shop or in my stash. And so I have it. I did get into Bestitch Me's mystery fabric for the shop. So I'll get 16, 18, 32, and 36 in the shop. I am working a few different options for my 14 count Ada Stitchers, but I don't have a lot right now. All right, so those are my two U's. There is a Merry You, which is a Christmas one. Once I get Boo You and Thankful for You almost done, I will pull Merry You out because there's a Christmas You, which is Merry You, or Merry. It's Merry, and then there's a Winter U too. So those will be in the mix. All right. So, let's talk about this one. This is in a bag. It was given to, I had a very amazing, who does not want to be mentioned by name, friend, stitcher, send me a bunch of things. And I've got big plans for some of them. But Nancy and I picked 2 bags out of all the things she sent because she said we could. And so I picked this one. This was the one that made me happy because it's holding my birthday start. My birthday is Sunday. I am going to stitch. I'll Winifred's Ride. So growing up, my mom had a kitchen witch and she kept it up like all year. And I love a good witch. I just think they're fabulous. I get it. Salem was horrible what they did back in the day. Like, praise God that's not going on in the world today. But I just love a good witch. And she's riding a sunflower. Who doesn't need that in their lives? Me. I need that in my life. So I picked a... Oh, I don't know what that's got going on. I picked a... Hang on. Let me tell you what I picked the stitcher on. I picked it all up from Stash, guys. A Roxy Floss Co. Traditional. It's called Traditional. Is she not beautiful? That's pretty true. Again, I believe in going to your stash first. I'm a shop owner, guys. I'm telling you, go to your stash first. I'm a firm believer in don't break the bank for a hobby. I mean, you need things, but I had something that would work. So I picked that. I did treat myself to the flosses. I went to Crazy Woman, Vernetta. I went to her shop one day for when we took my mom out for her birthday, and my niece Ems and I and Vernetta came out and helped. She helped us kit it all up. These are the colors. I think I tested everything. I don't think anything is going to blend too much into it. Floss Drops by Heidi, the Potty Mouth Stitcher. I do not have any of her floss drops in the shop right now. I sold them all, and she's got a couple retreats coming up, so as soon as her retreats are over, she will be back with me, and we will get floss drops into the shop. But these are my fancy stitch jewelry made by, it's a thread keep, made by Siggy's Closet, Christina. Christina's her name. Her company is Siggy's Closet, and I carry a lot of her. I mean, I get to pick what I carry in the shop, but she also has an Etsy, and so buy it from her, buy it from me. They're all the same cost. I don't charge extra. So if you see something you love and it's not in the shop, and I keep that stuff under Notions. So if you're wondering where all the bling is, it's under Notions. But I just love it. I'm excited. So this is my birthday start. I'll probably put some needles in it on Sunday. Very excited about it. But I've got it all ready. I don't know if that belongs with that or not. I think it does. I'll figure it out later. You don't need to. Yeah. The other thing that... Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. My mom made this button. It's fabulous, right? Big sunflower. And I made it in... I took the little... Because it was a pin like you'd wear in your clothes. And I don't really wear pins on my clothes, but I put pins on all my stitches, so off we went. The other thing that I'm super excited about is I saw Chrissy this last weekend at Stitch Florida, and she gave me a bunch of the patterns. Now, you have to be an applique quilter. The quilt finish is 11 inches by 23 inches, so not big. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to collage quilt it. Exciting, right? Yes, I'm very excited. So I'm going to use a collage quilt. I've only done one, but this will be number 2, and I'm gonna get it done. And it'll probably go out next year, not this year. But it's my birthday start, and it's my birthday, and that's what we're going to do. All right, next we're going to have a little sip of tea. All right. Okay, let me show you the things I've already got stitches in before I show you everything I'm about to start. Okay. There are 4. This was last year's release. Last year, I think it was last year. Yeah, no, 2023. Guys, did these just not make you happy? It's Ghost Among Flowers. I don't know about you, but you need this in your life. It is Hello by Liz Matthew, Boo Spook Haunt. It's a small little stitch. It's quick. Liz stitched it. This one, I think, no, this one's just DMC. But she's notorious, like her mom's using silks. Like NPI silk is like her jam. I did not. Oh, well, look at you. You're going to get the full version of needle in, because I apparently stopped mid-stitch. At Crazy Woman, my friend Leslie, she's from Casper. She was working on this. She started it. I pulled mine out, and I think I just got those flowers in. But Leslie's already got the words and the frame all done. So my goal, because this is my weekend stitch, is to get them all framed out. I love it. Again, I just went in and pulled a fabric and that I had. I pulled the DMC because I had it all. And okay, so there's a conversation when I was at the stitching retreat. Some people, and it is not me because I am thrifty, when they are done with their floss, throw it away. Like they're done with the project, just throw it away. Not me. I put those little floss drops on rings. I put them in numerical order, not alphabetical order, or alphabetical order if they're fancy, or over dyed, excuse me. And I throw them on a ring, and they're on a pegboard in my craft room, which is like the room next to this on the other side. Yep, save it all. Ask me how many 310s I have on a floss drop. A lot. But I save it. I save my threads. I save extra pieces of fabric. I did not have to cut this. It was already cut and ready for me to just pull out. Maybe I did cut it. Maybe I cut it down. I don't know. But anyway, so this is Boo Hot Spook by Liz Matthews. I do have a few left of these in the shop. A few. And I sold a couple too. I'm apparently not the only one who loves Liz Matthews. Hello from Liz Matthews. All right, next. Oh, last weekend I stitched on old Henny Penny. Now, I told you guys that I would not be, like, I did not get on the Stacy Nash cracker. I don't know where I got that from. Oh, because that's the quilt place I'm going to stitch along with. But the Animal Cracker series, they do make me happy. They're cute, but I've only stitched one, and that was Jenny the Wren. I'm never going to get that right. I keep calling her a quail, but she's a wren. So I stitched Jenny because that was my name. But when Henny Penny was released, she just makes me so happy. And, you know, I just been working away on her. She's a beast. She's a lot of fill-in right now. So I'm working my way through the apron, and then I'll fill in this with parchment. I am trying to decide what color I want to stitch my chicken. It'll be a white of some sort because I think that white's going to just be amazing on this color of fabric. I cannot tell you what this fabric is. This fabric was given to me by my friend Beth. So Beth she still is. But Beth is a friend that my friend Missy, a group of stitchers met Beth last year when we traveled to Minnesota. I've been in Zooms with Beth, but I never actually met Beth. I got to meet her in person, but she had a friend who passed away, and her family gave her all her stitching stuff. So she took it to her local stitching group, and they sorted through everything they wanted, and then she brought the rest to us. And so my friend Deb, Rhode Island Deb, her and I were the only ones that stitched in the higher counts. 32 and under where everyone else's sweet spots. Deb and I were like 36, 40, we'll take it. And so this is Henny Penny. This was one of the pieces of, I guess to say all that, this was one of the pieces that that was in that stash. So I do not have a name for it. It had already had stitches in it over here, and I just took them out. I don't know what the project was. There's no project associated with it, but here she is in her glory. Oops, sorry, seasick. The only color maybe I should think about is maybe making her feet darker, but I don't know. I'm not going to make her stand up. I'm actually going to frame her and put her in my kitchen. My kitchen is filled with chickens. But I used all the called for because I had them. The only thing I didn't have is this color. I had to go look up what it was, and so I substituted in this limited edition. I think I got it at Market. And the reason I'm leery is this is linen. Hang on, maybe that's why I'm not, my white's not white. Oh no, it calls for linen. It calls for linen, but this is all I have. And that is not going to be enough to stitch that chicken. Because, I mean, even if I'm only using one strand, it's not going to be enough. I don't think I have linen over here, do I? I think I sold out of linen. I do not have linen. But white is white, and I'll figure out a white. I thought about just using a DMC, but maybe I want some variegation in her. She doesn't look like, linen doesn't have a lot of variegation. That was the other thing. Maybe I do. So I'm going to go, when I'm done with this, and I go grocery shopping this afternoon, I'll come back and spend a little time with old Henny Penny and get her, because that's good retreat stitching. And I still have 2 retreats. I have the one up at Kalispell, and then I have stitching in the Smokies. And stitching in the Smokies, I'm not working. I'm just a stitcher. So she'd be a great project to take with me. Because I can talk. I don't have to pay attention. I just have to fill in. So that's all the stitching I got done this retreat. It was a 3-day retreat, a 3 full day retreat. This is how busy I was. That's all the stitching I got done, guys. Just this. I mean, she was already outlined, but just this fill-in. That's all I got done. Which is kind of a lot, but for 3 days of stitching, all I have to show for it. But my heart was so full, so it's not a complaint. Right? It's trade-offs. I can sit in my house and stitch all by myself and be happy, or I can be with my friends, and it's more joyous. That's not even English. I don't know what that was. Oh, speaking, is this not fabulous? This is October Fiber House Pumpkin Row, but this was the swap, and the lady whose stitch I got, she got mine, but this one makes me happy. I hung it in here. All right, next. So this was a last year start. I do have this pattern in the shop, so my goal is to get this finished this year. So next year it can be in the shop too. But this is Hollow's Manor by Annie. I stitched this one and this one. This is my work right here. This is Annie's work. She thought we needed 3 to go into the bowl, and I didn't disagree with her, but I'd already sent this back when she decided to do the 3rd one, so she went ahead and stitched it. But here's where I'm at. Okay, this is what I learned about myself. Stitch it once, makes me happy. Stitch it twice, I'm grumpy. Because I already had the adventure of stitching it once. I don't want to stitch it again. Though I'll tell you, I have stitched some things again, and I was happy to do it once or twice. But I'm learning that I just like to stitch it once. So I picked, let me grab my board. I picked a neutral because I went and I looked at my Halloween decorations. And I have some black and orange and white. They look like they're from the 1950s. They're not, but I picked my color scheme from them. And that's what I like. I mean, it's a blank canvas. Annie is very classy. Like, that's the only way I can describe my friend. She's classy. I'm 2 steps short of classy. All right, I like color. I like crazy. I think I've talked to you about this, so I love stitching this, but I'm going to make those pumpkins orange. Just a little pop of color. I might throw in some green leaves, might not. And the house and the part is definitely staying black. But here's where I'm at. That's October 31. I got done last year. And here's what happened. Last year we had a big fire in our area, and we got placed in evacuation status, and it was pretty stressful. And this did not make counting did not take my mind off of it enough. I had to do other things. So I did not get a lot of stitching done last October, but this is the All Hallows Eve. And then there's plenty of room on this fabric clearly to put in the pumpkin. It's not a hard stitch. It took me just a couple days last year to stitch that up and get it back to her. So I just need to make it a focus and I'll have it done. Probably do the one tonight while I'm sitting down, but my personal stitching is, I'm in a SAL. Oh, I've joined a SAL. It's not my SAL. I joined a SAL with Somi Sarah and Jackie from Comfort Stitching. Sarah from Somi Sarah and Jackie from Comfort Stitching. The Barbara Anna Autumn Girls. And I still didn't have summer done. I was going to take it with me to Florida and I forgot it because, like I said, I came home on Friday night. We left Saturday morning at 5 a.m. and I had it out and I left it. I left it sitting on the table. So anyway, summer did not go with me to get done. I was dragging my feet on her. And really, I've stitched her Tuesday. No, I did not stitch on Tuesday. Yes, I did. I stitched her for about an hour on Tuesday before I went out and started moving the pole barn. And then I stitched about 2 hours on her yesterday. And I spent about an hour on her this morning. And she's almost done. She'll be done tonight. Or this afternoon if I get stitching time in. But fall was Monday. Like the equinox was Monday. And summer wasn't done. The other ones I've had done in like a week and they've been just sitting there waiting. I don't know, summer dragged my feet. I know why. Okay, I should just go get her, but I'm not. Summer, they did the strawberries in brown and it made me mad because strawberries are not brown. I put her in timeout. I said, you can just sit there. And so I got over myself and went and picked a couple reds, unpicked the brown strawberries and made them red. And now I'm happy with it. And now she's and it has a lighthouse in it, has water in it. Okay, guys, I'm a landlocked girl. I love a good mountain. I love a snowstorm. I don't want to be anywhere near the water. And I sure don't want to be anywhere near a hurricane. I lived through Dennis, Ivan, and Katrina. I don't want to do it again. I was in the Panhandle. I was in the military. Florida's a beautiful state. I don't want to live by a hurricane. I don't want to live anywhere near a hurricane. We do not get hurricanes in Wyoming. Sorry. My ginger tea is now iced tea. It's fine. All right, and the last one that I have here in my possession is Autumn Cloche. I received this last year from a friend. Well, Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher, that's who I received it from. She sent me this and all the DMCs. And I just had to pick the fabric. And I picked a fabric and I hated it. Now, it was a fox and rabbit. I loved the fabric. I didn't like it with this. So this year, I made a conscious effort to go find a fabric that I was going to love with it. And I did. And here's where I'm at. That's the back side. That's the front side. Ooh, not ironed at all. I think I showed this last time, but this pumpkin and I've stitched it 4 times because I can't count. I can't count and I didn't start in the right spot. Are you guys landmarks? Okay, slow down. Are you landmark stitchers or are you strictly counters? I'm a landmark stitcher. I mean, I count, but like I did the snail. I counted to where and I did the snail. And then I was like, okay, let me start. And I started in the wrong spot. Instead of starting up here, right here, I think I started up one. So the pumpkin didn't work out. So I took it out. And then, because I miscounted. So I took it out. And then I stitched it again. I counted the right time, but I was still wrong. Only to realize that I hadn't started in the right spot to begin with. So the entire pumpkin had to come out. Anyways, there we are. Aren't these colors going to be fabulous? It's going to be a fall piece. Look, there's a couple spiders. There's pumpkins. You can put this baby out in September and it can ride all the way through Thanksgiving. But because I love it so much, I also have bought it and put it in the shop. So if you are in love with it, okay, let me tell you what fabric I ended up with. I'm getting better about that, guys. It is, it's a fabric of the month. It is part of my Bestitch Me. Yeah, Bestitch Me. It is called Gray Magic. And I originally started out in the Crazy Club, and then I realized I do stitch pretty neutral. I'm pretty conservative, so I got a little color in my life, but not much. I just like a good neutral. I don't know. So, this is a bag made by me. All right, here we go. Let me flip to October. Now so I'll work on the U's, I'll work on Autumn Cloche, I'll work on Hollow Manor, I'll work on Winnie, and I'll work on Boo and Haunt. So I just rotate them every few days. I just pick a new stitch, and then like when I'm done with the weekend stitch, I'll pick a new weekend stitch. And I say weekend stitch because usually on the weekends, Steve and I will sit down and have coffee in the morning, and we don't. He reads the newspaper, I stitch, and we talk. We're available to talk. Like we drink our coffee, we talk. So, but here are all the things. Just gonna bring them over here because these are all the things we're gonna talk about. Some of them I'm gonna talk to you about because of the bags, and some of them I'm gonna talk to you about the stitches in them, and to let you know what I'm gonna do. All right, we'll just go in the order in which they are. These are gonna be a mix of Christmas and things, but here we go. Farmhouse Needleworks. That's the bag maker that was sitting next to Deb. I love her bags. They are classy, they're fun. But this is the bag. I think you can find her on Facebook. But clearly this is a Christmas stitch that I'm about to show you. So I bought this last year at the Jingle Ball. Holly wreath. It is a collaboration. Hello from Liz Matthews and Kathy Barrick. They are a mother-daughter. They have two different companies, but they do collaborate here and there. But guys, this made me so happy last year. It was my one big I had two big purchases. I had this, and then I did the Stacey Nash gingerbread house. So it has MPI, but it does have a DMC conversion. This is my 1 November start. I have waited patiently, or not patiently, to do that. Here's what I did, or here's what I've got going on. I have a piece of Cedar River coffee stain. She'd be beautiful on that. Oh, where's my board? I buried the board. All right, I have, these are all from Stash. Guys, I told you I was a believer in Stash, and that's where I'm at. So I've got the coffee stain. I think she'll be pretty. But wait, I have a piece of 36 linen winter brew. Oh, that's better. That's more better. Okay, clearly. I hope Mrs. Jones, my second grade teacher, is not listening. All right. I don't know. She might be fabulous on that. Oh, here's the start I did on it. I picked a different. I didn't want to use that one. I have. Oh, let me take it out of the bag. Sorry for the crinkles. I'll be quick. I got two. So sorry for the crinkles. All right. I have wet sand. These are all 36 count. Oh, she's pretty. And last, I have What the Hay. And I picked this one because this one looks to me, sorry, I'll be quick. Thought I didn't do a very good job. So What the Hay reminds me more of what they actually stitched it on, but this is also a Bestitch Me 36 count. Where's the picture? Oh, there it is. See? So I have it as an option. I don't know that it's the one that, I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards Winter Brew or Coffee Stain. Probably one of these two. Probably winter brew. I don't really know yet. I have a month to figure it out. I have a month to get my poop in a scoop. All right, but last night I went ahead and pulled the DMC because I'm not going to stitch on with MPIs, guys. I love MPIs. Don't get me wrong. I did it. I got a whole thing about silks. I do have some silk projects. It's just not really my jam. So here's what I thought I would do. I picked this Dying for Cross Stitch hand dyed. It's a cotton, but I thought I would substitute it for 3777. It's close. But the other red in the cardinal is pumpkin. I might need to think that. I might need to work a little bit on this. I might get a little test stitch going on a spare piece of fabric and figure that out. And then I think I'm only missing, like, how many colors was I missing? I'm missing a couple. Oh, the stitches. Oh, that's back in the other room. But I'm working on that. And I might just go ahead and do a video on how I think about changing out colors. If you're interested. If not, you can skip that one when I put it up. But that's one that I'm working on how to think about that one. And that's my 1 November start. I have a couple November starts. Hold please. I dropped all the floss. I'm back. All right. So that is, let me put it in this bag so I don't do that again. And the fabrics I can just set on top. All right. That's my 1 November start. What goes with this? Okay, my next one that I have to share with you. Oh, I know, right? Who does not need winter stocking in their life? Me. I need it in my life. I have got it in a bag. It's a Hemingway bag made with Tula. Tula's my favorite. This is her new line that she released. Did you see her new line? Oh, it's not my favorite. You want to know why? Oh, that's not true. There's a couple that I would buy. But it's all sea, ocean. It's got sharks. I do like the shark ones. I'm going to buy shark ones. But this is Hootie. That's what I'm calling him. I love it. I love a good owl. And so I just like this Hemingway bag, and I'm out of holiday bags, guys. Like, I don't have any more. But I am going to, so here's what I've got. My friend Summer, let me see, Red Thicket. She does have a website. I'm going to start carrying her in the shop, but is he not going to be fabulous on this? I don't have any of the colors pulled yet. But, I mean, 3865 is a fabulous white for that snowman, and it should show up perfect on this blue. So I picked up that piece of linen. It's a 36 count. Oh, this is Medina. I've never stitched with Medina. I'm very excited. Going to. All right. Got to pull the colors for this one. I think it should be a pretty, well, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of stitching in that stocking. All right. This is the other bag I got from Farmhouse Needleworks. I love daisies. I love daisies. I love sunflowers. I love coneflowers. Roses are nice, but they're not my jam. So that's what I got. Oh, and this is Deb's. My friend, Rhode Island Deb. Are these not fun? These little witch hats? Little spider webs inside. It's subtly Halloween. It's adult Halloween. Anyway, I wanted to show that. I wanted to share that with you. I don't have a stitch in it. I don't know why. I should have a stitch in it. Oh, I know. Because I want to stitch. That's why. I was in the middle of kitting it up and I left it in the other room. But it's the Lucy Beam Halloween Swan. It's in the other room. Because I did bring in these. So, these are the two fabrics that Black Cauldron Dye Works. Oh my gosh. Is this not a perfect purple for Halloween? But wait. So this one's called Heard It Through the Grapevine. But white and orange, those are the two, and a black. That's really what that swan is. It's going to be perfect. But I also have Olive You. Olive, like the food. I'm going to work with her and start carrying her fabrics in the shop. I love Cedar River, and she's fabulous neutral, but that's what she stitches. And so I'm going to use other dyers for the not neutrals. I don't think Jody will be upset about that because, like I said, Jody stitches her her linen is neutrals, and I love it, and that will be my neutral base. But I'm excited about finding color, and I'm excited to stitch on color. So that's why I have this bag in here. Sorry, I didn't bring the pattern. But once I get Annie's Hallows Eve, I'm going to start that one. This one is going to be, oh, hang on. So I also got this one. It's As You Wish. It's by, back here is better. I don't think the white's gonna, oh yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna stitch on this, but I loved it. And so I got it. That's by Summer Red Thicket. And then, maybe it's in here. I need a nap, guys. Ah, there it is. Where'd the gray go? Oh, here it is. I haven't even showed you. Maybe I should get my poop in a scoop. All right, so this is also on a Medina. It's called Chimney. This is my other stitch I want to get ready for winter. This is the second one that I'll probably start 1 December, and that's Christmas Moon. She makes me happy. I mean, it's a small stitch. It's a 67 by 80. So she should stitch up pretty fast. But this is Stitches by Ethel. She was also, now I've known Stitches by Ethel for a couple of years, at least a year, but new to me in the shop. The other, okay, so that's there. Oh, let me put this back in my, this is the New England Stitcher Stephanie. This is her portfolio that she has. So there's that. And then, oh, sorry, it was already unzipped. Oh my gosh. Who does not need? Okay, so I live on Beaver Creek. That's the road we live on. It's a county road. We're 6.2 miles out of town. But this is my friend. It's a holiday beaver. I want to make him and stitch him, put him down in the bar for Steve. He's not a big stitch either. He is 104 by 66. Thanks, Colleen, for making a beaver. He is not going on this. I think I am going to. So I have got a Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus. They were fat quarter stitches. They came in the boxes. I think I got Rudolph and this beaver. I want to do it all in the same fabric. And I want to do it like I like the blue. I like the blue. Hang on. Let's see. Hold, please. Down here. So this is aqua. I think it's a bit bright, but I was thinking that one. Anyways, all the linens right here. Ooh, head rush. All right, so, but I got to find a fabric for that one and get it kitted up. This is a bag. My friend, Jenny Armstrong, most of you know as Cricklewood Stitcher, Cricklewood. I know it's Cricklewood. I don't know if it's Stitcher or Stitchery. She's in the shop. I should know. I just know her as Jenny. She's from Australia. Her and her daughter, they have fabulous accents. I could just spend a weekend with them. We've got some stuff coming into the shop from her. Super excited. But this is a bag that she made and I remade because it was just a little too big for me. But this makes me happy. I had fabric from my mom's stash and then all that fabric. So, all right, I'm almost done. I have 3 more. So I am getting these bags in the shop, and the order I think will be here shortly. But this is Boulder Valley Stitching. Her name is Nikki. I went to school with her husband. I've never met her before, but that was kind of fun. I met her. I love her. I love these bags. These are envelope bags. Garon Stitchery, their bag club are envelope style bags. But I'm sorry if you hear my stomach. I'm hungry. I should have eaten breakfast. Or at this point in time, I'll just eat lunch. It's 11. All right. So, anyways, I love it. It fits a Q-snap just nice, and I really like that. That's the envelope. But the only thing I don't like about envelopes is if you're careless and you don't button it, you could very easily lose the stuff out of this. So just be mindful of the envelopes. And this one, okay. I now know about Love Poppet. Claire is new to me, not new to the UK, but new to me. So this is my stitch that I picked. I actually picked 2 or 3 from her that I really love, but this is the one I'm settling on for right now. And this is Blackbird at Dawn. I love a crow. I love a raven. What I love about her is a lot of her models are stitched on Ada. I think it's smart to, to know your audience. So I can't keep Ada in the store or the shop. I gotta figure that out. All right, this one. This is also a new to me designer, but I have a thing for animals and clothes. I'm stitching this one for, I can't be too noisy. My husband's out there, but this is his, for his bar. So Cecilia is an Italian stitcher, a Italian designer. I'm an American stitcher. She's an Italian designer. But isn't he fabulous? If you were at market or you saw the market releases, she's got a pheasant, a set of deer, a mom and babies, a witch. I don't know. I kind of went crazy on her website. So I have this in my Combo Stitches bag from last year. I figured it was appropriate. So I've got that to kit up. All right, last but not least. Again, animals and clothes. So this is Stitchy Pros. She is not new to the shop. I bought a bunch of stuff from her at market, but I have 3 men in my family, Steve, Dan, and Drew, and we're gonna do the Christmas sweater trio. So that's my goal. So that's in there to be stitched up. So I have lots of plans. Sorry, it's a longer video than I normally post, but I have lots of plans, lots of things to share. Let me check my notes. Nope, that's it. Lots of things going on. So with that, that was a drive-by of the husband. With that, I hope your stitches lay flat. I hope you find it. I hope you give yourself the grace to imagine, believe, and create, because that's what makes us artists. That's what makes our stitching important. And that's what I want to share. Like, share it. Share your talents, share your thoughts, and let's build this community strong. Let's not tear each other down. Let's find ways to be strong. And we're better. We're better that way. Okay, until next time, which might be the beginning of early next week, might be the week after, because I'll be back from Kalispell, and we'll be doing lots of ordering because I need to restock, and I'm super excited about that, and I thank you all for that, because without your support, I would not be doing that. So thank you. All right, till next time, see you later. Well, it's happening. We are, we're starting in a week, and we're gonna be gone. Steve goes, car traffic, sorry. Steve leaves this weekend for work, and they're going to start while he's gone, so I'm not cleaning this junk out myself, but we signed for the loan on the 10th, the construction loan, and so that was signed and done, and now we're cleaning out a pole barn waiting for the new space. So very exciting.